Don't even know what that was meant to mean, but never mind. Sydney is going to get greatly raped. Probably not freight, because they haven't got to computing yet. Got machine guns. Oops, we don't want the hexagonal bullshit on. Got a uni. We will go for a research lab. Got an armory, so we're now going to start building military units by the looks of it. We're going to start with the triplane. We can upgrade all of our aerial units once we get to radar, so that's going to be nice. That'll be a nice boost to us. I just hope that the US does not steal radar from us. That would be most disappointing. No, that would be really disappointing because their unique unit is in there. Their bomber is a B-52, which I must admit I know more about due to the alcoholic beverage, but that's how the world works. We'll get another gold from all science buildings to earn another 107 gold per turn because we're really struggling for gold, obviously. So what we're going to build here now? Doesn't really matter if I'm being honest. We'll start on an observatory just for the sake of science bonus. Sydney's been destroyed and captured by America. If you capture a city-state that has been captured and you liberate it, they will always vote for you in UN. So, that's one reason to do it, but I doubt this is going to go down to a diplomatic duel. I hope it doesn't anyway. Not because I think I'd lose, I don't think I would, but I just would rather it didn't. Hiawatha has another city. Go Wanda! Sounds like a really obscure African country. It isn't, but what it sounds like. Can't believe Spain hasn't settled there. Oh, Spain has rifles and cannons. They grow up so fast. I hope Antwerp gets to that oil before the Americans do. Doesn't massively matter. It's just a moral and principle rather than a practical use. So we have a library. Is it better to build a windmill, a hydro plant, or a factory there? Can you tell what was on my mind? We will build a factory first. So we will also get a hydro pump. Oh, bloody hell! Why do I keep saying hydro pump? Hydro plant. Got Pokemon on the brain. This was the same day, by the way, that I did the draw for the Pokemon of the Week 25th video special. Or 25th Pokemon special at the very least. It's probably not the 25th video, it's like the 28th, but you know what I'm talking about! Yeah, I don't do impersonations very well. I won't quit my day job, I promise you that. Going pretty well though, this. Going pretty well, but when you own about half the world, then you shouldn't really be losing. If you are losing, you're doing something very, very wrong. What I would say though, is that for a Pangaea, this has got a lot of islands. Normally it's not quite this fractal in external land, more clumpy. You sometimes have a little island off the coast, but normally it's only a couple at the max, and they're not tidgy, but they're not massive. I'd probably say they'd average 6 to 8 hexes of land per clump. So we've not had that in this case. But the fact that the map's random generation is pretty random, I think, is a positive rather than a negative. I would say though the fact that we've been quite lucky because a lot of Pangaea maps of late have been very weird in that they have a pivot in the middle. They start at the two extremes rather wide, and then they shrink to becoming only a couple of tiles wide in the middle, and then they obviously expand as they get further out again. That's not really, I would have thought, in the attitude morally of what a Pangaea map is. When you think Pangaea, you think big circle. You don't think two balloons stuck together or a pair of breasts. That's not a Pangaea shape, is it? But that's just my 2 cents on that matter. Again, by the time this comes out, the generation will probably have varied because Brave New World will be right on the cusp of coming out. And I will be very thrilled and celebrating, no doubt. So we'll get a hospital in there too. I've always found it weird that hospitals provide food. I would have thought, if anything, that hospitals would have done the stacking effect that aqueducts do, in that when a population point goes up, you retain population so it grows quicker to the next level rather than having just more food. Unless the hospitals have an incredibly good buffet system, I don't really know. As a kid, I was in hospital quite a lot, and everyone else always complained about the food in hospitals. I always loved it as a kid. Maybe that's why I'm dieting. Oh dear. The joys of reminiscing about when you were knee-high. Yeah, we'll start building barracks there because we want to produce more military units. We are earning so much money, it is redonk. Absolute redonkulotho. Ridiculotho. I'm sorry if I've offended any Italian people that were listening. Again, I can't do impersonations. That's fine. Yeah. What we're actually going to do for Adrianople, I believe, is what we're going to do. Go back. Choose production. I believe there's an add to queue function, is there not? From what I remember, there we go, show queue. That should automatically change to fighters when the upgrade becomes available, so we don't have to worry too much. We might build a few bombers, but the priority is fighters because they're better on the defence. I'm not an expert though when it comes to the war front late in the game, because usually you don't get to that stage. Normally if wars happen, you've won the game by the industrial era. That's fine for now, I suppose. He is being a right dick in this game. All the AI, by and large, have been dicks in this game, even compared to normal. I mean, Hiawatha was a spammer and a dick. Washington is still a spammer and a dick. Spain went like she was on a period for a week or something ridiculous, and she hated us briefly and now likes us again. It's only Mongolia that's still alive that hasn't been a massive arse parson. But what you're going to do, it kept the videos exciting or more interesting than they would have been otherwise. Please tell me they're exciting. Even in the comments. Go on. I need motivation. No. I just like to hear from you in the comments. It's always nice. Like to hear from people. See how they're doing about the day or whether they like the video. Something like that. If they attack Antwerp, I'm going to be massively unimpressed to the extent that I might have to declare on them, which would not be good. Presumably we still have a bigger army than him. Indeed we do. We can't really work out how big his army is though, because we have no idea how big Spain or the Iroquois is. We just genuinely don't know. So we'll have a hydro plant. I nearly said hydro pump again, but I didn't. I'm learning, guys. We're going to start annexing more cities. We're going to get rid of the queue actually, because that will become a pain in the bum if we keep it on. It's a shame a lot of Barcelona's land is not particularly impressive because it's on a deserty area. That will very much limit its population potential, that is for sure. Once it grows to 9, it's probably going to struggle to find many towns that it should really enjoy working, in fact, so not ideal, but it is a reasonable city right now. That city, on the other hand, Cayuga Castle, is it worth... Yeah, I suppose it's worth annexing. Courthouse is still only going to take it 15 turns, I would say, at the maximum. Is that how we want it? No, we probably want to grow its population a bit more first. So we'll do that. The courthouse is still only going to take 12 turns. That's not too bad and too shabby considering. What else? Do we want to get rid of the puppet status on anything else while we're at it? I suppose we might as well do it with Montreal now. Change the production to a courthouse. Get that. Oopsie daisy, get that. Put that there. Is that how we want that? Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. We'll also annex Manila, because I should have done that before, but I decided not to because I forgot. Work that. Work that. Yep, that's fine. That is okie dokie. It's actually not got that many tiles to work compared to what I thought it would. There's horses. I don't want to waste the horses, so I'll do that. Okay, that's pretty effective. Manila's actually my biggest city nearly in terms of population. Oh, come on, guy! Right, we're going to have to do something about this. Luckily for us, we have quite a lot of defensive cover. So, we're going to have to attack him.
Well?
Wow, that's a lot of things. Okay, just to check. The triplane should still do its thing. Yep. Okay. So in theory that should defend me. Again, that's all theory, but it should. Let's start building things. Right, the question is, where am I likely to get attacked? They've got machine guns, so they do have ballistic, so that's not ideal, but not a whole lot I can do about that one. I do, though. Please tell me you've got all these barracks. No, you don't. Never mind, it's much more important that I get anti-aircraft guns. Oops, I didn't mean to change the production, I meant to buy it. What a derp! What a derp! Right. That's an anti-aircraft gun. I don't believe you have a barracks either, do you? No, you don't. That's not ideal. We can build one definitely in Mombasa. Like so. Again, it won't get any experience, but at least it's there. Anti-aircraft gun. Anti-aircraft gun. That is a Lancer, which we're just going to use to get in the way with. Get an anti-aircraft gun. Oh wow! How many units does he have? That is a car crash. Right. Okay, no wonder he was so bloody confident. Well, it's a good job we're producing units now, isn't it? Because that was a lot of units. So we've got that. So now we're going to want to try producing triplanes. Where else is he on the map? Let's try and see where his units are. Right, there's some there, but not a lot. So we'll go into attack mode. Tyre will have declared war on us, but they can't really do anything to us, so I'm not particularly worried. You will want to move away though, guy. Oopsie daisy. That wasn't what I meant to click. So we're just at war with Tyre? Okay, that's not too bad. I do hope Antwerp doesn't get absolutely massacred. Because that would mean that we're not in a particularly great situation. Like that. Right, okay. We're going to build a unit in Farnet, just so we don't get massacred. We're going to build a Great War Bomber. Homes against land units, because I want it to try and protect Antwerp. Oh wow, hang on, that's a whole... Whoa, that's a large list. A Great War Bomber has been shot down. Okay, where the hell did this all happen? Wow, that was quite a thing. I'm not bullying Almaty after I just went to war with the US to protect it, as well as Antwerp.
Vision is the art of seeing things invisible.
Yes, it is. We're now in the atomic era.